let's just say these readings are correct and it thinks that it's seeing 302 pounds of boost. Of course, the car is going to want to run rich. Of course, it's going to have a misfire. So that's what we're trying to get in and see. So let's see what this other computer does. So as I sit here in between, going off of what these videos will be coming up and I'll be throwing in here, right now I'm e-tuning a couple guys and I'm waiting for the car on the dyno to be back ready for me. I also have another car next door that I have to diagnose. Now, this is where we're going to insert these videos, and what I was trying to show people basically how an e-tune is done, but unfortunately he's having an issue with his car and he got it towed in today and now it's here. So it was planned to be here anyways because we're finishing up the exhaust. So we are doing that. Now, when I am called over there to diagnose it, I'm going to pop back in and you're going to see some new footage. What basically I'm trying to do here, so we have a million things going on here. A million things going on. We have older projects that we're wrapping up. We have newer projects we're taking. We have diagnostic work that we're doing. And then you also have to take in consideration the messages we receive on Facebook, the emails we receive in multiple accounts. We have sales emails, we have my emails and all that stuff. We also have our website where we get messages. We also have another form of communication where people will talk to us if they're, we actually have a service that we offer that we diagnose your car over the internet because, you know, you're thousands of miles away and you can't find, you know, such and such mechanic or whatever reason. So we have a lot of stuff going on. That's my point. Why I have these on my head too is because that's how, and I mentioned this I think in another video, that's how I focus. I do have earbuds and listen to music, but you know, it's just how whatever mood I'm in. Plus, the shop is super loud. I'm going to go over there and I'm sure you guys are going to hear cutting, this and this and that, which I'll walk over. I'll show you guys the setup or what we're doing with the exhaust because I think the car's up in the air. I'm going to try to keep getting these videos where it's going to be, I don't want to say a bunch of everything, and kind of, you know, I'll try to construct it together so you guys are seeing, you know, car finish from start to finish. We also have some cars that I showed in the old video that we're trying to figure out with the one was the trigger, the crank trigger. We're not getting a clean signal. I think we figured that one out too. So I just decided, as I'm waiting in between, I literally probably got about 2 minutes before I have to get up or do my next thing. I wanted to whip out the camera, wanted to just kind of say hi to everybody, a little bit of an intro. I'm 2 minutes and 34 seconds in right now. So let's go see what we're doing. You're going to, like I said, you're going to see a bunch of stuff we're jumping back and forth from. Give me 1 second. So right now we are waiting for another customer to hook up his laptop to his vehicle. I am remoted into his laptop right now. It is very early in the morning. We're not even open right now, but he wanted to verify everything looks good. He did his first startup over the weekend, and he doesn't know anything, doesn't know what he's looking at, doesn't know what anything does, so I told him I would definitely hop in for him, make sure everything looks good. So just waiting for him to connect to his vehicle. We'll get this thing going and go from there. So we are connected now somewhat, but you see all these crazy numbers. Makes me believe something's going on with either KPRO or like a wiring issue. So I'm gonna let him know and see what we can do. So what I'm getting him to do right now, as you can see that it just powered back up. Sometimes KPRO's a little glitchy, where you have to unplug the USB and then turn the key to the on position to get it to read correctly. Unfortunately, this does not look like the case as we're connected, and you can still see everything looking all weird and funny. So at this point, I'm going to call him up really quick, so it's a lot easier to let him know what's going on from there, and see if we can get this thing going. I know he has an important meet coming up this coming weekend, so we'll see what we can do by then. So in this case, it seems unfortunate. It seems like it is a bad ECU or KPRO. You know, I told him if he can get another one really quick from like a buddy, test it out, I'd hop back in on any desk and just verify 100% that it is the ECU that he's got is bad. You know, he's in a time crunch. He's got this big meet coming up. You know, just trying to verify everything is good before everything is set up, and you know, have no problem doing that. You know, customers, clients that pay for tunes and, you know, pay for our service, we want to verify 100% this thing is good to go, and that's what we're doing here. And this is one of those cars, Turbo S2000, and this one is, well, it sprung a little bit of a coolant leak, and I do have a video of when it was shooting out. We let it cool down. It's coming right from this hose. I'll insert the video right after this. So we're letting this thing cool down. We're gonna fix the hose, bleed the system out, continue with the tune, go from there. Let's go to the next one. Throw a little bit of in between here. We have so much storage that we've been in business for 23 years now. We already have outgrown our new side, so we're debating on possibly moving into a bigger location or what we're gonna do. So right now we're gonna be trying to clean up this. We got so much parts and we got just random stuff here that we don't use, and either customers will just give us, or we at one point, for whatever reason, we have it here. But like this stuff too, 4 quarts of engine braking oil, we priced it out. I think right now we have it for sale on Facebook Marketplace for like 10 bucks for 4. Really no interest in it. You see how kind of a little bit dusty. Probably just going to give this away to some people. So if you're not on our Facebook, we're going to do some kind of, I think, mailing list to make everything fair. And if you're not local, we're going to do like a flea market garage sale type thing. But we have bins on top of bins on top of engines that are just stacked. We even have customers that will give us free engines. You know, we'll have guys that will contact us and say, hey, I'm moving. I can't take this engine. It's perfectly fine. You know, you've been super helpful over the years. I want to give it to you and donate it. That stuff we're going to give back to people. We have way too many cores right now. We're talking about cranks and blocks that we build. We have way too many that we can actually hold. And it's getting to a point where we're running out of space on our new side, so we got to figure that one out. So let's go over to the next side. We have a Chevy Sonic engine that we pulled out. Customer, it overheated, so we got a new one in. This just needs to be picked up now for the core. So we got stuff like that going on too, which I don't think I got any video of the Sonic engine swap because it's a Chevy Sonic, and I mean, how interesting is that? We did get some pictures for the customer and everything because we refreshed the new motor up. And then the other car I was talking about. So if you follow us on Instagram, Alexa, mute, stop. Okay. If you follow us on Instagram, then you have seen this car before. The owner did an amazing job on the swap. Everything, it's meticulous, it's clean, it's an amazing setup. Unfortunately, it has that misfire we're gonna figure out now. I got another ECU I could plug in really quick and see if it's just a bad ECU. We did the powder coat on the header for him. When the car gets down, we could do another video. We're finishing up the exhaust right now. We just got to connect the midsection. So that's what we're doing. We got this. So now I'm over here in what I call the showroom. This is, if you're familiar with us and you've been here before, this is the original older side of our business and the showroom where customers wait. I just was going to peek in and pop in and see what we got going on, what packages we have shipping out. But I just overheard the office manager talking to someone, and it sounds like somebody got in an accident, a customer or or somebody's family member, because I just overheard him saying that he hopes everyone is okay and it could be worse. So I don't know what that is about. He'll come back in. He's going to fill me in. The one thing I did want to mention here, and I keep looking over here to make sure nobody's walking in our door, because we are a business, brick and mortar, as if you couldn't tell, and people do walk in here. So we're just not an online store. I want to just mention really quickly too, a lot of guys watch our videos. Thank you, guys, girls, everybody. I'm not trying to isolate anybody or whatever you want to call it. I love you guys to death, truly do. Amazing, awesome, thank you. But we got a lot of people that just want to talk to me, or they want to come in and just talk to, I want to see Bob. I saw him on YouTube and this and this and that. As much as I'd love to talk to everybody, truly I would, but I would have to stop working and just sit up here. I can't. And I have people here that are trained well and can handle stuff. So if you ever feel like you got a call here and you don't get me on the phone, don't worry. My guys will take care of you. The other thing to consider too is I am the owner of the business. I see and hear everything. So just because you speak to such and such doesn't mean that that person's not coming to fill me in or talk to me. And that's comes down to where I don't have, it's harder and harder for me to take the camera out and just start videotaping everything. There's so much stuff that is involved in running a business, and as you're growing and it's to a point where yes, we can maybe stop growing if that is what I'm after, but for my goals, that's not what I'm after. So with that being said, I'm going to wait for him to come back in. I'm going to see what happened and make sure everybody is okay and fine, and see what the accident was about. If it was an accident, I don't know. I know recently we just had it was not about 45 minutes away from here, I would say. No, maybe about 30 minutes away from here, we had a refinery that exploded partially, and I know it did kill somebody, unfortunately. So hopefully nothing like that happened and whatnot, or they were related to anybody like that. But it's just one of those things. As I'm trying to show you guys, I'm involved in everything. Just because you don't get me on the phone doesn't mean that I don't know, or in an email too. So keep watching the videos. Feedback is awesome. I'm going to keep trying to pump them out as quick as I can. And somebody needs me, so I'll be right back. So as I am now sitting in that S2000 that I showed you guys a little bit earlier, my main job right now is to bleed the system and make sure everything is good as it bleeds. So everything is set up for me. I told the tech involved he can hop on another project because I can sit here and monitor coolant. And as the computer loads up, I'm going to show you pretty much exactly what I have to do here. So give me 1 second. This car is running a Haltech Platinum, and as you can see, the coolant gauge is jumbo-sized because I'm going to start it up. I'm going to go outside and check for leaks. And I'm going to put the computer on the passenger seat, and I'm going to be able to see what the coolant temp is outside the car while I'm monitoring it. So I will get this done really quick. Hopefully no more leaks, seal up the system, continue on with the tune. So as I am standing here waiting for this car to bleed out, watching the temperature, as we can see, 145. I was just informed that accident, it wasn't an accident. It is a client of ours. He was driving with somebody else, I believe, in their car, and they were having some car trouble. So I guess that's what was going on. I was just filled in, and more so I asked, and the car that they were in has never been here before, so it had nothing to do with us. More so it's just small talk that if I pop in and I hear somebody on the phone, I hear. And of course, as a business owner and somebody that truly cares about not just his customers and clients, but about everybody, I'm concerned. So, and we're just letting this one bleed out. Make another pull after this, and hopefully we're good to go and see what we got going on. I will mention too, though, as I talk loud and people look at me, this car was on the dyno previously, but it was having some fueling issues. So it's back on the dyno now, seeing if we solved it. Long and the short, this car was actually won in a raffle. The injectors that were supposedly in it, which were 1600 Injector Dynamics IDs, they were not in it. So we swapped out some injectors that we knew what they were, so we had a good idea, so we weren't just guessing. We're going to see if the fuel issue is fixed and go from there. So I'll probably insert a dyno pull video right after this, as long as I remember. I will add too, as I'm in here, what I kind of wanted to get this phone out is because I had a customer walk in. He wanted to meet me. He was actually out of, I don't know where he flew in from. He wasn't actually from the United States, so I took a second to talk to him. And he had a couple words where he said, like, of course he asked me about the YouTube videos and you know, hey, why are you not pumping out YouTube videos? And I said, look at all the work we have going on. But he said that it motivated him to one day start a business like this. And it's what I'm going to kind of show you guys, the business side of stuff. Yes, you're going to see cars, and I'm going to still be technical about stuff, but I want to really get more into that. And I'll say this, not only because I keep hearing that it motivates people, which is awesome and amazing, and I'd love to be able to do that. I also, of course, have a bunch of people that I see starting up businesses, and in my personal opinion, they're doing things wrong. You know, when I started this business 23 years ago, things were a lot different. The internet was a different place. And one of the big mistakes that I see a lot of young people do is they don't do stuff for their business more so, but they're just doing it for, you know, Instagram or media, or, you know, you can use the word clout. And they're not thinking long term. And these businesses are not going to last. You know, yes, you might get through the first year, but you're probably not going to make it 2 or 3 years after that. And that's where the disconnect is. And also why I kind of want to just chime in and, you know, hopefully this helps people. Hopefully if you are starting a business and you stumble upon these videos, it helps you get to where you need to be and maybe have a different idea of things. And as I said, you know, definitely not an overnight business. And I've heard it all when we started this thing. You know, well, you know, you made it through your first year. That's good. Let's see what you do in your third year. And let's see what you do in your 5th year. And I don't want to say those people are naysayers. You can tell when people are just negative and they never look at the bigger picture. But here we are 23 years later. Never would have imagined it. I am truly blessed. As busy as we are, days that are stressful because we have work on top of work. Couldn't have done it without all my clients and customers. I mean, truly, I am blessed. So yes, at times I am tired. And one of the videos that I'm going to post in between here, you're going to see that I'm literally exhausted. And that comes with the territory of, and I see my office manager's family's here, and he's got a little daughter that always wants to see cars. So as long as I get the okay to put her on camera, I'm going to flip the camera on her because she always does want to see me. She always wants to give me a fist bump, and she wants to get the same tattoos that I have on my knuckles because they have caught her drawing with pen on her knuckles. So I don't know, I lost my train of thought now about being in business and whatnot. So hopefully you guys get where I'm coming from. I'll be right back. So now she's going to get all shy, but I did get the parents okay. So, and I'll look at you. All shy. Thank you. That's all I wanted. So as I hop back in the S2000 and start it up, I wanted to show you guys just more so too. One of the big things about working here is not only the family we have here, but how important family outside of work is, and why I don't force my guys to work on the weekends, because that's family time. Just trying to show you guys the real deal here. You know, as I mispronounce words, I'm gonna get back to making sure this car's bled out, get back to my work, my job, and I will be back. Hopefully I'm not talking your guys' ears off and you guys like the content. So if you could see in that pool video, I actually invited her parents and the little girl over here just so she can see a pool on the dyno. They're actually going to go eat lunch, and they were still here, so I figured why not. So you might see them up in front of the car. And yeah, now I'm just waiting to be called on the other side to try to diagnose this problem really quick, and that's when I will bring my camera back over there, and you guys will see that process. So as I cover up my camera, I finally got the call in to diagnose this car. Customer's outside, he's been waiting. He is stressed out because he has this big old meet coming up in a couple days. So first thing I'm going to do here is I'm hopped in. I'm gonna make sure that maybe something as simple as where his KPRO on his laptop just wasn't working, maybe at a corrupt version. So just gonna verify that I can't connect and get into it and get some proper readings. So if we flip it around here, pretty much the same stuff that I was seeing before when I showed you guys the video. So what we're gonna do here simply is swap in another computer really quick that we know works, see if we can get lucky, and see what wants to happen. So I'm gonna pull this one out, put the new one in, come back and go from there. Give you guys an idea of something really quick. So to make it simple, consider the computer, it has two areas. One, the data log, which is what you're gonna see all those little display things. The other one is actually just communicating and running the vehicle. So you can see that when you click on KPRO, everything is set up and it does in fact start the car. Why I want a data log is because I believe he might have a sensor that's reading incorrectly, such as, you know, maybe the map sensor is reading, let's just say these readings are correct and it thinks that it's seeing 302 pounds of boost. Of course the car is going to want to run rage, of course it's going to have a misfire, so that's what we're trying to get in and see. So let's see what this other computer does. So we got a test computer hooked up and it is actually reading like it should be. Watch this. There you go, it's a map sensor. Well, I think it's a map sensor. Let's go put another one in and see what happens. So you guys can hear that it is running, but we got a little bit of a surge. The idle air control valve is blocked off, but listen. What I was trying to say as I was yelling was the throttle body's not closing all the way. You can hear the suction. So we're gonna go ahead and adjust this little throttle stop, see if that fixes it at all, because it is adjusted up. See if we can get that to close and see if we can get the idle to stop surging so he can drive this thing comfortably to a meet. Yeah. So as we're adjusting the throttle plate, we're actually looking now for another. We have a 4-bar map sensor here in stock because we do a lot of boosted cars, but the car's not boosted, clearly. So we're gonna see if we have any other sensors just laying around, save him a couple bucks because he doesn't need a 4-bar sensor. Put that on, verify it's good, see if the throttle plate wants to close, see if the surging idle wants to stop. His computer is in fact bad too, of course, if I didn't say that in between as I'm trying to diagnose it. So he can deal with that later. But since I said that it is like a 2-portion, a computer, you can have the program, just not data log. I think the computer itself is fine, the data logging portion is not. So I'm gonna try to make any adjustments I can while off the dyno, because it won't be tuned before the meet with his schedule and whatnot. So if I can make any adjustments, save it, re-upload it to his car, I'm not gonna be able to see any of the graphs and the gauges and whatnot, more so I mean, but at least I can get it somewhat close to where it needs to be, and he can drive it, which this thing was running on basically almost 2 or 3 cylinders because it was running pig rich, because it was just dumping down fuel, because I thought it was seeing 11 pounds of boost at idle. So gonna hop back out there, gonna go see if my other guy has the map sensor that he's looking for, so he can save him a couple bucks. So we're gonna pull the throttle body off right now just because the Allen is in a really bad spot to get to. We don't know if it's stripped. We have our all set here, so we should have everything covered, so it's not like we're, you know, it's not like we don't have the right tool, I should say, what I'm looking for. You know, a lot of guys will have different Allens and whatnot, you could strip it out easily. So we're just gonna verify, got it pulled off, go from there. So you can see that the idle is really nice. We got the air fuels exactly where we want them. So a lot better than when it was coming in and barely running. Revs out a little bit too, so should be good. He has some brake issues right now, so I really don't want to drive it on the street, just not safe. Let me shut this car off, I'll be back. So he had his IAT unplugged, I just plugged it back in, got that reading, no more check engine lights, should be good to go. I'm I'm gonna give him a free shout out. He's got a sticker on the side. Go follow him. We'll see if he wants to do a quick little 10 or 20 second wrap up. Before I forget, go follow him. If you're at this meet, he's gonna have some free stuff to give away, so go see him. Tell him that Bob from RC Auto Works sent you. So we just uploaded the tune on his computer. You can see that it's still all reading weird, but should hopefully start up. So a lot better. The check engine light is on. It's probably on for a bad ECU, I would assume, or whatever's going on with it. So I think he said that his buddy might have one that he could borrow for the show. We're done here. So really quick, we're in front of the car. He's got it all loaded up, but a little bit, he's hitting traffic right now, and he wants to get back, of course, and get this back to the U-Haul. So he's gonna get home. He's gonna do a little video.
Hey guys,
it's a little dark. The sun's in our eyes if we face that way. So we'll get that on video. We'll go from there. Big thing is his car's loaded up, runs 100 times better, and that's it. So if you go to the meet on Sunday and you see this car out here, say what's up to Mike. He's got a bunch of free stuff I think he can give you, and go from there. So if you can't tell, I am at home. I'm actually doing some remote tuning today, and I'm also editing some videos. Now I do have a clip that Mike shot for me. I actually talked to Mike before this, and I said, hey, we actually had a really long talk because we go way back. We go about 20 years back. And I said, you know, the last couple of days have been super stressful for you. I said, do you mind, you know, basically just doing a video of your car? And, you know, he said, sure. Since we were running low on time, he wanted to get back. He wanted to do some, he wanted to make sure he beat traffic and all that stuff. So he wanted to do it in his own garage. I didn't have a problem with that. I actually just watched the video that he shot, and I'm just, you know, it's more than he needed to do. And I don't feel like it belongs at the very end of this video, where I know some people won't watch and won't see. So that's going to be for next time. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I'm going to try to keep them coming. It just depends on how much time and energy I have. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the support and everything else. Thanks for the feedback. Appreciate everybody. Thank you.